And welcome to Flightdeck Live, powered by SportBuff. If you go to sportbuffshop.com and use the code AlFlightdeck10 at checkout, you will save 10% off your entire order. Tim Capper and Cliffy D. Pine from Percival Molson Stadium, where the Alouettes knock off the Toronto Argonauts in their home opener for 2026, 37-30, just over 21,100. It was, if you weren't here tonight, you missed out on quite a bit.
Shame on you. Shame on you if you missed out tonight, because my goodness. I mean, last night in Winnipeg, they had their home opener, 30,000 people. Obviously, you're not going to get 30,000 people here, but I tell you what, 21,000 sounded like 30,000 tonight.
No, that's true. And again, it was just a great atmosphere here tonight for Owls Nation. But again, the score itself, you look at the score, you think, oh, a really close game. It was a close game, but really, like we said before in the past clip, so, the scoreboard really didn't match what happened in the game tonight, because there was just a lot of stuff that happened.
This game had it all when you think about it. I mean, just scores going back and forth, excitement, defensive plays, crazy ass touchdowns, crazy catches by Tyson Philpott for the second week in a row. He makes a absolutely ridiculous catch and draws a penalty as a result of it as well. I mean,
they know how to call them?
But
they know to throw the flags on the penalties?
Go figure, right?
Yeah, at least here in Montreal they do.
Must be something in the water. Must be something. Maybe someone had the good puts in, and all of a sudden, now they can throw flags.
Something. Again, the game itself was just, again, look at the score itself. And to be fair, Cliff, it really, despite the Owls win, again, 37-30, it wasn't a perfect game by any means. And it's funny to say that, considering the stats that were there, what Davis threw for, what the wide receivers did, what the running backs did, what the team did tonight. It just really wasn't a perfect game.
It really wasn't. And I spoke about this on halftime on the Alouettes Flightdeck account on X, and it felt like a tale of two Montreal Alouettes teams, offense and defense. Offense, everything was clicking. Davis Alexander couldn't do no wrong practically. Finding receivers, giving Travis Tice plenty of opportunity to rack up yards on the ground. Then the defense just looked shaky. They, very much like last week against Hamilton, It took them a while to get it going. Once they did, it worked out okay. But at the same time, it took a while to get going. And there was a few instances where I thought, what the hell is going on? Like, what am I seeing here? Especially after we spent weeks hyping up what a great and powerful defense this is. I have to say, tonight, they got the job done for the most part. They got the dub, so you really can't say too much. But at the same time, it still feels like there's a lot to be fixed.
Oh, there is a lot to be fixed. I mean, again, it's from last week to now. I mean, to be fair, penalties, did a very good job with penalties tonight. The defense, though, and it's something about that just, I don't want to say because these guys are pros, but do we really have to learn to tackle again?
Oh, gosh. I mean, it was both teams were pretty bad at tackling at times, but Montreal, it just felt like it was a highlight, like just unable to bring down any of the Argo players at times. I mean, it was just, and I mean, it nearly cost them. I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, yes, they got the win. That's what counts. But at the same time, it was a tough road to hoe for the Montreal Alouettes tonight.
It was. And to give a little bit of context of what I'm saying about tonight, about it not being a perfect game, I've been talking about, I guess over the last year when it comes to, second down conversions, it really does indicate what type of a game your offense or your defense had during that game itself. That was the Achilles heel for the Alouettes the entire night, both on offense and on defense, because they really could not stop the Toronto Argonauts on second down. They were pretty anemic up until about mid-third quarter when it came to the second down conversion. But something clicked. A switch was finally flipped, and they were able to, get those second down conversions. They were able to get the long drives. And that's what really, I think, helped the Alouettes get ahead and win this game tonight. Now, there's more than that, obviously, because, the Owls they were just up by one at the time. Talk about defense, offense, special teams that are a huge part.
Ooh, that's the thing. I mean, the special teams was almost non-existent for the most part for both teams until Micah Alway got in the grill of the Argos punter, batted the ball away into the end zone, Arthur Hamlin ends up on top of it. And I love this for one reason only, because Arthur Hamlin playing he was basically in the linebacking core tonight, and he got torched a couple of times. And I'm sure he'd be the first one to tell you, man, I got to be better at that. But a play like that, to be able to score a touchdown, even if it's just a bit of a cluster in the end zone, and who ends up landing on top of the ball, for Arthur to get his first professional touchdown, that's a hell of a way to do it. And talk about redemption. I think that's really what it came down to was, he got torched a couple times, but he made up for it. And I guess in the end, that's really what counts. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yep. Speaking of starting, the Alouettes did something that they haven't done at home since 2024. They had an opening drive touchdown here at home. Obviously, they did do it last year also on the road, but it's nice to see the Alouettes get off to a hot start. And by the way, I mean, we're talking about, it's nothing like these, 7, 8, 9 play drives. No. This was a DA Tyson Philpott special.
Oh, my goodness gracious. And it wasn't just Tyson Philpott. Tyler Snead, just like he did last week, just went off. Alexander Holland, Jarrett Stearns had some really nice stuff in the second half. I mean, everybody ate tonight. That's the beauty of this. Davis had no problem spreading the ball around to his receivers, giving Travis Tice the chance to run the rock a few times, and everything clicked. I mean, offensively, there is very few mistakes. There is almost nothing I could complain about offensively.
Yeah, 100%. I could completely agree with you. It's just got to get better, because obviously they're heading to Edmonton next Saturday afternoon to play the Elks. Okay, we've been hyping it up. We got to talk about it. Davis Alexander tonight, Cliff, was 30 of 42 for 441 yards, 2 touchdowns. Haven't been able to confirm yet if that is a career high. I haven't had the chance to check. If not, it's very close. Travis Tice, 8 attempts, 43 yards tonight. Not as many rushing attempts as I expected, but when you saw what DA did tonight, he was used as a set something up back tonight, and I think he did a really good job.
I think you mean a check down.
Yeah. Thank you. And let's go. Tyson Philpott, 9 receptions, 193 yards. Jared Stearns, 9 receptions, 114 yards. Snead had 62. Tice had 32. Hollins had 28, and Dubois had 12. And it's kind of misleading for Snead. He could have been in the end zone more than once. Just the ball was just put over him slightly by DA on the passes, but it could have been more. Owls could have won by more, but who knows? But again, it's still. The other thing that impressed me tonight too, Cliff, is how crisp the ball was thrown from DA.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it was the long passes, because I'm trying to remember, is this the most 30-plus yard attempts that we've seen in a long time here in Montreal, especially by a starting quarterback?
I would say so. I mean, I think back to previous quarterbacks, and aside from like Vernon Adams, even then, he didn't put up numbers like this in Montreal. I can tell you that right now. And for what Davis has been able to do with this offense, and it was seamless. That's the thing. It didn't look forced. It didn't look clunky or anything like that. Like everybody was on the same page offensively. I mean, as the miscues aside, I mean, yes, obviously Tyler Snead wants that absolute bomb. He had nothing but green grass in front of him, and unfortunately, just a little out of reach. But again, he was still able to redeem himself with a couple of really nice plays. So, I mean, when it's all said and done, everybody on this offense ate, and they didn't leave until their bellies were full.
No, what we got to talk about, yes, this is the Alouettes flight. We got to talk about the return of Chad Kelly. First start in over 520 days. We didn't know what to expect from him. This Argo, and yes, the Owls did not have any film on the Argos. Vice versa for the Argonauts. To be fair, it's one game. He did fine in his first game. I'll leave it at that. But I mean, the Owls now have again more film to look at to try to get themselves better again, especially in defense.
Yeah, hate him or love him, and I know a lot of people hate him, and quite a few people, especially in Toronto, love him. He played a hell of a game, all things considered. He did what he had to do to try and get this team the dub.
Yeah,
I mean, he was able to find his receivers too. He was able to spread the ball around. I mean, listen, I had wondered as he was approaching where he got that horrific injury almost 2 years ago. I was wondering if that would probably be in his head. If it was, he did a hell of a job hiding it because he didn't look affected. It didn't look like the moment was too big for him. It just felt like, okay, I've been here before. I've done this. I've got this. And listen, give the devil his due. He played a hell of a game. It just wasn't quite enough.
Now, talking about the second down conversions tonight, Cliff, Montreal was 10-21 for 47.6%. It's about on average what they've been over the past year plus, but they improved a hell of a lot more from the third quarter on because they were just. I think it was down in the mid 30s if I remember correctly, and this is a sign too. Toronto 52.2%. We've seen over the past couple of weeks. It's that Hamilton did a hell of a job. I think they were close to 70% last week. Again, it's something the Alouettes need to look at and hopefully get better at.
Yeah, I think defensively. They had some great plays too. This defense did really incredible stuff. Bubba Bolden with a hell of a pick off of Chad Kelly. When they got it going, that's the thing with this defense. We saw it last week. We saw it again this week. It took a little time for them to get going. Like it was like get the engine warmed up, and once they did, they were fine. Everything was good, but getting there was not half the fun. Once they got it figured out, it was all smooth sailing for the most part. But man, getting there is not half the fun. Let's put it that way. Yep.
Tonight, Alouettes had 486 yards, Cliff, 55 offensive plays. They averaged 8.8 yards a play.
Wow. Those are video game numbers, and that's what you want to see. Anyone who has any questions about this offense for the Montreal Alouettes, I think they got answered tonight.
Yeah. Defense
is another story. Special teams, well, listen, I would like to see a little bit more out of Phillip Brooks, but okay.
And one less fumble.
Yeah, that would. Once again, you'd like to have that one back, but again, these are teachable moments. It's very early in the season. There's still a lot of time to correct these slight miscues, we'll call them.
Yeah, now, it's funny you bring up video games. We all remember that one play that GA did in the fourth quarter where he rolled out, nobody was available, and he was able to zip the ball into, I think it was a Snead.
Yeah.
Is it possible to say that now we have our own guy who has his own cheat codes?
I think so. I think Davis Alexander 100% is a cheat code. Tyson Philpott is a cheat code. Tyler Snead is a cheat code. It's not fair. It's almost not fair. But you know what? I guarantee you Alouettes Nation is not going to complain one single bit.
One play, we're talking about a potential turn of the game tonight, or not necessarily a turning point. Jeffrey Narku had a sack tonight of Chad Kelly. It ended up not being a sack because he was flagged for roughing. A little bit of extracurriculars after the sack itself. That could have been the turning point because the Alouettes had stopped Toronto. Toronto was about to punt. It gave them a first down, but yet the Owls defense was still able to stop them and to get the ball back.
And it's funny, I spoke with Jeffrey after the game, and he swears he was just trying to get up, and I guess it came across as trying to push out, which again, you cannot do that. The referees will throw the flag every single time, and they'll call it roughing the passer. It's tough because you almost want to say, let them play.
Yeah.
Let the players play. But at the same time, quarterback safety is paramount in this league for all 9 quarterbacks and so on. But yeah, I think Jeffrey got jobbed a little bit, but in by the letter of the law, it was a penalty, and thankfully it didn't scorch the Alouettes too badly.
No, and talk about turnovers. Owls had 2 tonight, 1 on special teams, and Tyson was caught on I guess they overturned it on replay, and I talked to some people who were outside of the stadium watching on TV. It was a fumble. So it is what it is, but it didn't cost them. That's the thing. That's the big thing that these I don't think any of these turnovers led to points. The only turnover that led to points was the Owls block punt for a touchdown.
Yeah, and again, it's still early in the season. There's still plenty of opportunity to learn. Again, I'm not going to say this is another preseason game. It's definitely not. Everything counts right now. So, you've got to be on. You got to have your A game. And I truly think the Alouettes truly have their A game right now. 2-0 to start the season. Got the win at home. Davis Alexander is still undefeated in the regular season as a starting quarterback in the Canadian Football League.
Baker's dozen. 13-0.
Wow. Where do you go from? How do you top that? Oh, I know how.
I do too.
Next week.
Try to go to 14.
There you go. Your favorite victory is your next victory.
Yeah, if you miss any part of the broadcast tonight, make sure you head out the archive over on X, Facebook, or on YouTube, and it will be available on audio very shortly over at www.alouettesflightdeck.ca.
If you're on YouTube, make sure you're following, make sure you like, leave a comment. Unfortunately, we can't really see them right now because of our setup, but we definitely appreciate each and every one of you that chimes in and is tuning in, showing the love. Keep it going, folks, because we absolutely love this. I mean, this is like nothing else, and we want to keep it going for each and every one of you. So smash that notification button, hit the like button, all that fun stuff. Make sure you're on board with us.
And got to mention, if you missed the show this week, if you missed the Alouettes Flight Deck, make sure you do go ahead and check it out on audio or on video on YouTube, because we've started our Alouettes 80 interview series. And this episode, it was a gentleman who helped restart the Alouettes here in Montreal 30 years ago, quarterback Tracy Ham. It is giving you a little bit of tease on the show this past week, but stay tuned for this weekend. You'll have the full, unedited 1 hour talk that we had with Tracy Ham.
Yeah, and it was an experience. It was a blast talking with Tracy, and I highly recommend. If you thought the 20 or so minutes we had on the show this week was good, I strongly advise that you, on Saturday, you go onto the YouTube page, you check out the whole thing. It was a hell of a ride.
Yeah, and we can't wait to continue with our series. So for the last time here at Personal Motion Stadium, where the Alouettes do win in their home opener for 2026, beating the Toronto Argonauts 37-30. For Cliffy D, I'm Tim Capper. We'll talk to you soon.